Please note that this video has spoilers for the subject. Put off by how long this video is, don't worry, I try to jam-pack my videos with as much content and as much detail as I possibly can. Anything I feel I can comment on and that I feel you might be interested in, I pretty much put in the video. I try not to repeat myself and talk fairly fast. Chappie movie thoughts. Got the pad out once again. I feel like near the end of the movie, everything that wasn't directly in contact with Chappie kind of stopped mattering. We have that bit where Jackman shuts down every single of the scouts, and we're told that they send in the. I love that when they're sending out these regular cops, the like chief of police guy, yells it to this, to this room. Presumably they've all just heard that the scouts are gone and everyone's running wild, the criminals are running wild. So he tells them, okay, deploy all the the human police. And then they kind of hesitate, and she says, now. And it's like, did you really? Why do you need to be yelled at to do? Do you not even care that there's massive crime out there? Anyway, after that, we don't know what happens. We don't know if they do manage to really calm things down. It just the movie forgets that it had this situation. It's kind of Blomkamp needed a situation where there was only Chappie and the moose, basically, and and a chance for the hippo to go to come in and and try to get Chappie near the climax. Now, I don't know if it's just me. I feel like there wasn't that much action in this one. The bit with the moose and Chappie itself is fine, and a lot of it is just the moose blowing stuff up. He's showing off. He's and very clearly he's having fun. He's a boy with a toy. Chappie gets the grenade thing in there. He goes all Ripley, duct tape and making his own, combining weapons. And maybe he was inspired by the fact that Weaver is in the movie. I don't know. I feel like once Chappie and Moose actually started fighting, that was over fairly quickly. Let's see, the couple of shootouts were pretty good. Like, we have the one in the opening where the thing goes bad and they stop a bunch, they fight a bunch of police robots. 22 is stopped again, and and I guess the assaults on let's see. It was pretty fun when he was stealing cars, and that first one, he just destroys the car. Oh, I get it now. Okay, can I try again? And you know, you have that one point. I think it's, what's her name? Yolandi, something like that. And you know, she's, you know, Ninja is like, you know, determined. I don't remember exactly what he was saying, but she's like, no, Ninja, Ninja, no, no, Ninja. That's terrible. Now when the moose starts attacking, see, if I'm Hippo, I'm probably gonna run. Maybe hide, sneak away, something. I tell you what I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna point an AK at this giant thing and just fire off and hope that things go. I thought this was the guy who had like really survival kind of, you know, he wasn't stopped by the droids at the start, so I guess maybe he thought that he was fighting, you know, police Scout 22 again. That's why he keeps, you know, getting by. You know, the bit with Chappie using the internet, you know, I kept expecting him to like trip over like Reddit or, you know, start reading YouTube comments and like it fries his brain or something. I don't know exactly how heavy Chappie is, but it seems to me, even with all the sweat Dev had on, I'm not quite buying that he's dragging this heavy robot, you know, all this way. Like, yeah, that just seems, yeah. Now, when Chappie is, you know, told, excuse me, when Chappie talks about, you know, like, you know, who did this? It was a man in a van. He offered me candy. Sorry. And let's see, when Jackman is like, you know, I love Dev's little nerdy, you know, little pokes at, you know, he has a couple with like Ninja or at least one or more of the gang members, when like when Jackman goes up, you know, and says, you know, so let me just borrow the you know, the guard key. You know, I can't do that. Oh, come on, one engineer asking another engineer for a favor. Weren't you a soldier? You're not an engineer. You're just a soldier. And you know, Jackman, you know, gets up on him, you know, puts the gun. Just you know, you see several other people notice. If I'm one of the other people around, I'm sorry, I'm like calling security or something. Okay, yeah, the guy with the gun is like, you know, one of my colleagues, but he has a gun, and he's aiming at some, yeah, and Dev is like, you know, give it to me, no, badass, and you know, is it up? It's empty. It's empty. You know, what would I carry a, you know, a gun to, you know, would I carry live rounds around the office? It's a joke, just a joke. Well, you know, Aussie comedy. I mean, just yeah, it goes right to the, you know, it gets really offensive, but it's really funny. I rewatched Spider, the short film from 2007, just earlier today. and ostentatious. Just yeah, Aussie humor is just awesome. Now, between Dev and Jackman, does any developer or engineer in what was it about? Don't remember that. Yeah, the company. Does any of them not sneak in? It's like, yeah, and so first Patel sneaks in to get the 22, and he puts in the guard key, which is then left behind, and Jackman realizes this, and then let's see, then yeah, and then Patel finally gets it back out of Chappie, and yeah, never mind, I can't quite recall the whole come back and train him thing. First off, everybody seems to be entirely okay with the fact that he is leaving. He knows where they are. They've just stolen, company property or his property, and he leaves. And what's to keep him from, like, I think they say at one point, well, calling them and say what, that we stole your rope. Yeah, they had some kind of, but just, yeah, why isn't, I guess he isn't calling because he's worried about, he doesn't want Chappie to get hurt. And they're just that sure that he is that determined. Yeah, and he comes back and it's like, no, come on. It's like he's he's the father who won't accept that with the divorce he no longer has full custody over the children. It's like, I want to see my son. I want to see my son. You shouldn't have come back here. Is it just, yeah, and they keep, and finally he gets a gun and goes. Now, I suppose that more or less covers it. I did think that Jackman, I loved how after he scares everybody with the gun, come on, let's go to church, people, any Sunday. Just I don't even know if that's supposed to be like serious, if that's a trait of his character, or he's like a Poe, or what it is, but just, yeah, but then you have the, let's see, he uploads that virus thing, Genesis, getting all biblical, and you almost have to wonder why he called it the moose. It's not some biblical, yeah, the whale, the beast, I don't know, and yeah, ultimately he is a fundamentalist Christian, isn't he? He just wants to eliminate all the the stuff that's in place, that's fine, that's working, that's keeping people safe, and he wants to bring in something really overpowered so he can you know, utterly decimate these people that, you know, yeah, to, you know, blow apart criminals rather than just, you know, stopping them. And yeah, and once he gets this, you know, yeah, once he's running the moves, he's like gleeful, like a child. So yeah, fundamentalist Christian right there. And I feel like the movie could have the thing with the robot cops. I guess we have the part in Elysium, the bits where they're abusive towards Matt Damon, and yeah. But that's about, you know, that's something that you might expect would come from robot cops, from, you know, ones that are just there to uphold the law. And if they see someone that's done something wrong so many times, you know, where a human cop might see, you know, might you know, see something more there. You know, maybe they like the same sports team or something like that. You know, it doesn't have to be hard, but yeah, here we don't really see any problems with them. They seem to do really well. I mean, the Elysium ones seemed like, you know, the way American cops are today, you know, abusive and just looking for an excuse to, you know, break limbs and the like. Which actually, yeah, Chappie does do that. Don't use the gun. Don't, you know, don't shoot with the arm. Yeah, it just, and the, yeah, I suppose that more or less covers that. Now the very ending, I quite like the ending shot. You know, and then it, you know, goes into their rapping. You know, you see basically a new robot being built, and I don't know why all the machines had to start moving for just one robot, but whatever. Excuse me, you see the face being put together, really, excuse me, really looks like her, and it is kind of, you know, this, is this the future kind of thing that, you know, they've already moved on from, you know, Dev just went into a regular scout, so he, you know, sorry about your old body, Maker. But with her, you know, she is being preserved after she died and in a robot that looks like her. So it, you know, it very quickly moved in that direction. But that really didn't, this idea that humans can live on in robot bodies, that was really not what the rest of the movie was about. I thought that the idea with, you know, him discovering how to, you know, what, yeah, figuring out the thing with the consciousness with the helmet, I thought that was nicely done, and then, you know, and him getting a new body and such. But once it, yeah, from, you know, from there, it seems like he just then got this idea, oh hey, once we, you know, once a robot can go from one body to another with, you know, his mind intact, what if we put people in robots and such? And yeah, it doesn't really, yeah, it feels like a completely different movie there at the end, where I would say both District 9 and Elysium kept their focus through the films. I did think it was a lot of fun with the various things that Chappie does, and just, yeah, and he thinks that what he's doing is fine, and things like that. It was, and it's at the same time sweet and really darkly comical, with like, well, don't worry, the Ninja doesn't really get it, but the America, he gets it. No, look, don't use a gun, but just use this to put him to sleep. And oh yeah, do you want to sleep? Do you want to sleep? And no, you know what? We're rested. We already slept. That's, yeah. And the and then when he sees that one guy, are you sleepy? Are you sleepy? I thought that was building towards him realizing there at the end, him really understanding what he had done, and I don't know if I was waiting for the heroic sacrifice, and then it seemed to be Ninja, but then Yolandi won't take that, so she and like okay, we obviously he was like being sadistic with Ninja, gradually moving on, but the moment that Yolandi does, and she's gone. But yeah, I like that complexity, that it's not just, it's not something that's like really easily explained away. It's not just a minor misunderstanding. Chappie genuinely did wrong things, and we, the audience, and Dev realized that it's because he was tricked. It's because he didn't understand. It's the same as if a child had been doing that, and you can't judge. It would have maybe juvie, but basically he doesn't know any better yet, and it's not that the trailers made it look like the issue was, oh no, this one robot is conscious, has consciousness, we have to stop it, where really what it is this for one thing is actually doing crime, so it should be stopped, and it is a robot, so we who make robots, and we have to stop it, and this is really bad publicity, so yeah. But and yeah, even when he goes in and with Jackman, he's like, he doesn't think that what he's doing is violent. He's like, don't be violent, no violence, and just, and it's like he doesn't necessarily understand what, like, the what something does to him. It's like, it's about empathy. When he is like scared by someone else attacking him, he doesn't realize that that's what Jackman is feeling when he's being attacked by Chappie, and that kind of thing, and yeah. one thing I did wonder that I didn't really feel like the movie properly addressed was, can he actually... He has feelings, but can he feel like... If something hits him, does that hurt, or can he just tell that that happens? Like when he says he's afraid, that's, you know, because he has a consciousness and he feels like he's in danger, so he is afraid, you know. And you know, when they're actually like throwing rocks at him, you know, that is, you know, some of that is damaging his, you know, his systems. So that's like, you know, and if your idea of life is that this is a system that runs, and if it runs, you know, especially well, you're like, you're doing well, but then, you know, this part of the system isn't working, so you're, you know, from that perspective, yes. But you know, like the fire, for example, did that actually like really hurt? Or yeah, I feel like the movie didn't really, because I mean, he doesn't have like we have like nerves, I guess. I mean, it's what is that, you know, Professor Frank, why was I programmed to feel pain, you know, that, yeah. I suppose that more or less covers it. I did like... Yeah, I guess that covers it. Please comment, thumbs up, and subscribe for more content.